Hello friends, welcome to today's new video. Today we will learn about the solar system. So let's begin today's video without further ado. First, let's understand what the solar system is. The solar system is a celestial system that includes our sun and all the celestial bodies that revolve around it. These include planets, their satellites, dwarf planets, asteroids, comets, and other celestial objects. Let's consider each member of the system one by one. The first member is the Sun, the center and largest body of the solar system. It is a giant star that uses its gravitational force to pull all the planets and other objects toward itself. The solar system could not exist without the Sunday. It was born approximately 4.6 billion years ago. At that time, the Milky Way contained a vast molecular cloud composed primarily of hydrogen, helium, and dust particles. For some reason, or perhaps due to a nearby supernova explosion, this cloud began to oscillate. This oscillation caused the density in various parts of the cloud to increase, and the gravitational force began to pull the cloud toward its center, causing the cloud to collapse and its center to contract. During gravitational collapse, the density and temperature of matter at the center of the cloud began to increase. This increasing temperature and pressure created a Proto-Sun at the center of the cloud, a primitive star. When the temperature and pressure of the Proto-Sun increased sufficiently, the process of nuclear fusion began at its core. In this process, hydrogen atoms began to transform into helium, and vast amounts of energy began to be emitted. This energy began to escape in the form of light and heat. Then, when the process of nuclear fusion stabilized, the Proto-Sun transformed into a stable star, which we know today as the Sun. And thus, our Sun was formed. Now let's learn about the first planet of the solar system, Mercury. It is the smallest planet in the solar system, with a diameter of approximately 4,880 kilometers, about 1/3 the diameter of Earth. Mercury's surface is very hard and rocky, filled with numerous craters. These craters were formed by the collision of old meteorites. It also has mountains and plains. Its surface temperature can reach extremely hot, approximately 430 degrees Celsius during the day, while at night the temperature drops to 180 degrees Celsius. A day here is equivalent to approximately 59 Earth days, while it takes only 88 Earth days to complete one revolution around the Sun day. This means that a year on Mercury is only 88 days long. Due to its proximity to the Sun, it has no moons and a very thin and fragile atmosphere. Its atmosphere consists primarily of hydrogen, helium, and oxygen, but it is so thin that it can be considered almost non-existent. Interestingly, it has a small but strong magnetosphere that protects Mercury to some extent from the Sun's radiation, but it is not as strong as Earth's magnetosphere. Several space missions have been sent to explore and study Mercury. The most prominent of these was NASA's Messenger mission, which studied Mercury's surface, its composition, and its atmosphere in detail. After Mercury, the second planet in the solar system is Venus. This planet is also the brightest and hottest planet in our solar system and is Earth's closest neighbor. It is also very similar to Earth in size and structure. Therefore, it is also called Earth's twin sister. Venus's diameter is approximately 12,104 kilometers, which is approximately 95% of Earth's diameter. Its mass is also approximately 82% of Earth's mass. This means that Venus and Earth have very similar sizes and masses. Its atmosphere is very dense and toxic, composed primarily of carbon dioxide and also contains clouds of sulfuric acid. Venus's atmosphere is so dense that its surface pressure is approximately 92 times that of Earth's sea level pressure. This dense atmosphere causes a rapid greenhouse effect on Venus, trapping heat from the Sun in the atmosphere, and the surface temperature can reach approximately 400 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. This temperature is so high that it can even melt glass. Venus rotates very slowly, One day is equivalent to 243 Earth days, while it takes only 225 Earth days to complete one revolution around the Sun day. This means that a day on Venus is longer than a year. Another interesting thing is that its rotation direction is reversed. This means the Sun rises in the west and sets in the east. Venus's surface is extremely rugged and mountainous, with numerous volcanic mountains and craters. It has over 16,600 major volcanoes or volcanic structures, some of which are very large, extending for hundreds of kilometers. Its surface also has extensive plains called tesserae, the result of complex and diverse geological processes. Venus also has vast fissures and valleys that divide the planet's surface. It also has a magnetic field that is so weak that it cannot adequately protect the planet from the sun's radiation. Venus has been observed in the sky since ancient times. It is the brightest object in the sky during the morning and evening, hence its name, the morning or evening star. Many studies have been conducted to explore and study Venus. Space missions have been sent. The most prominent of these were the Soviet Union's Venus mission, which landed on Venus and sent back photographs. The US Magellan mission conducted radar mapping of Venus's surface and studied its geological structure. So, this is a brief overview of Venus. Now, let's meet the third planet in the solar system, our Earth, which is called Earth in English. It is the only known planet in the universe where life is found. This is because Earth is in the habitable zone from its star. Earth is approximately 150 million kilometers away from the sun, and it takes 24 hours to complete one rotation on its axis, while it takes 365 days and 6 hours to revolve around the Sunday. It was formed approximately 4.5 billion years ago from the gravitational collapse of a solar nebula. Initially, Earth was a molten sphere, but over time, it gradually cooled and transformed into a solid, rocky planet. This structure of Earth is divided into three main layers. The Earth is divided into what are called the crust, mantle, and core. The crust is the Earth's outermost layer, averaging 30 kilometers thick. It includes continental and oceanic crust. Beneath the crust is the mantle, which is approximately 29,900 kilometers thick. It is made of solid rock, but some parts are also semi-liquid. The last layer is the core, which is divided into the inner and outer cores. The outer core is made of liquid iron and nickel, while the inner core is solid, composed primarily of iron. The Earth also has a magnetic field that keeps us safe. This magnetic field is generated by the liquid metals circulating within the outer core and protects us from harmful rays from the Sunday. The Earth's atmosphere is made up of 5 main layers. The troposphere, which is the lowest layer, extending to an altitude of approximately 8 to 15 kilometers. Most of our weather events occur in this layer. The second layer is the stratosphere, which extends to an altitude of approximately 50 kilometers. The ozone layer protects us from the sun's harmful UV rays. The third layer is the mesosphere, which extends up to an altitude of about 85 kilometers. In this layer, the temperature decreases with altitude, and anything that enters the atmosphere begins to burn. The fourth layer is the thermosphere, which extends up to an altitude of about 600 kilometers. In this layer, the temperature increases with altitude, and the International Space Station is also located here. The last layer is exospace, which extends for thousands of kilometers. Approximately 71% of the Earth is covered with water, called the hydrosphere. This includes oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, and underground water sources. The hydrosphere is crucial for life because life is impossible without water. The remaining 29% is the lithosphere, where we live. It is the solid part of the Earth's surface and includes plains, plateaus, valleys, and other geological formations. The lithosphere is not only important for life, but it also controls geological processes and changes. Earth is also witness to numerous geological activities, such as volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and the movement of tectonic plates. These activities constantly change the Earth's surface and create new geological structures. Volcanic eruptions occur when magma stored in the Earth's mantle rises to the surface, and the explosions create new land and eject gas and ash into the atmosphere. The Earth's crust is divided into several large pieces called tectonic plates. These plates slowly move and collide with each other, causing earthquakes, volcanoes, and mountain formations. Earth also has a satellite, known as the Moon. Its distance from Earth is approximately 3,844 kilometers. It was formed approximately 4.5 billion years ago when a massive object called Theia collided with Earth. This collision caused a large portion of the Earth to break apart, and over time, this portion evolved into the Moon. This phenomenon is called the joint impact hypothesis. The Moon completes one revolution around the Earth in 28 days and rotates on its axis in approximately the same amount of time. Because of this, only one side of the Moon faces Earth, called the near side. The other side, called the far side, is never visible from Earth. The Moon helps maintain the tilt of Earth's axis, which maintains weather stability. Some scientists believe that the Moon's presence has played a crucial role in the evolution of life on Earth. The Moon's gravity is only 1/6 that of Earth's, yet it is powerful enough to create waves in the oceans, called tides. The Moon's surface is covered with thousands of craters formed by the impacts of meteorites and comets. Some of these craters are very large and millions of years old. The atmosphere here is so thin that it can be considered almost non-existent, which is why life cannot exist here. Mars is the fourth planet in the solar system. It is approximately 227 crore kilometers from the Sun, located at a distance of 900,000 kilometers. Its diameter is approximately 6,779 kilometers, which is about half the diameter of Earth. Mars has been studied since ancient times. It is named after the Roman Empire. Mars is named after the god of Mars. This planet is red in appearance, which is why it is also called the red planet. The red color on its surface is due to the presence of iron oxide, which we commonly call rust. A day on Mars is approximately 24.6 hours, which is approximately equal to an Earth day, while a year here is approximately 687 Earth days because it takes longer to orbit the Sun. Mars's atmosphere is much thinner than Earth's, composed primarily of carbon dioxide with small amounts of nitrogen and argon. Due to this very thin atmosphere, the temperature here fluctuates greatly. During the day, the temperature reaches 20 degrees Celsius, while at night it drops to -73 degrees Celsius. Dust storms are also very common on Mars. These dust storms are the largest storms in the solar system, which can encircle the entire planet. They last for several months and leave a thick layer of dust on the planet's surface. Currently, water on Mars is found primarily in the form of ice. It is not known, however, that scientists believe that in ancient times, Mars once held large amounts of liquid water, flowing in the form of rivers, lakes, and seas. Evidence of this can be seen in the ravines and valleys on Mars's surface. It boasts undulating plains, vast canyons, high mountains, and deep craters. The most famous landform on Mars is Lemnos, the highest volcano in the solar system. This volcano is approximately 22 kilometers high and has a diameter of approximately 600 kilometers. There is also a vast canyon system called Les Marineries, approximately 4,000 kilometers long and 200 kilometers wide. Mars also has two satellites, Phobos and Deimos. Phobos is Mars's largest moon, orbiting it very closely. Its diameter is around 22 kilometers, while the other moon, Deimos, orbits farther from Mars than Phobos and has a diameter of approximately 12 kilometers. Since the 1960s, numerous space missions have been sent to Mars. These include marine missions, Viking missions, Mars rovers, and Mars orbiter missions, which studied the surface of Mars and sent images. Currently, there is no possibility of life on Mars because its atmosphere and climate are not conducive to life. But scientists and engineers are planning to establish settlements on Mars in the future. After Mars, Jupiter is so large that 1,300 Earths could easily fit inside. Its average distance from the Sun is 778 million kilometers, and its diameter is approximately 143,000 kilometers, which is 11 times larger than the Earth's diameter. Jupiter is a gas giant, meaning its surface is not solid but primarily composed of gases. Its atmosphere is a mixture of hydrogen and helium gases, with hydrogen accounting for approximately 90% and helium accounting for 10%. Furthermore, ammonia, methane, and water vapor are also found in its atmosphere. Its atmosphere is constantly experiencing storms, and winds blow at speeds exceeding 400 kilometers per hour. Another striking feature of Jupiter's atmosphere is the Great Red Spot, a massive storm that has been raging for the past 300 years and is so large that 3 Earths could easily fit within it. Jupiter rotates very rapidly on its axis. Its rotational speed is so great that a day here lasts only 9 hours and 55 minutes, while it takes about 12 years to orbit the Sun. This rapid rotation also greatly affects its magnetic field, which is why this magnetic field is so powerful that it is 200,000 times stronger than Earth's magnetic field. It has more than 80 satellites discovered so far, the most prominent of which are the Galilean moons. The 4 main moons are Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. These 4 moons were discovered in 1610 by the great astronomer Galilei, and hence they are called Galilean moons. It is Jupiter's closest moon and the solar system's most volcanically active moon. It has hundreds of volcanoes on its surface, and volcanic eruptions continue. Europa is a moon that scientists consider very important for the possibility of life. Its surface is covered with ice and likely contains a vast ocean beneath. Scientists believe that this ocean may contain the elements necessary for life. Ganymede is the solar system's largest moon, with a diameter of approximately 5,268 kilometers. It is larger than Mercury and also possesses its own magnetic field, which is remarkable for a satellite. Callisto is Jupiter's 4th largest moon, and its surface is full of craters. Its surface is very old and provides scientists with important information about the solar system's early days. Many space missions have been sent to explore Jupiter. The Pioneer 10 and Pioneer 11 missions, sent in 1973, sent the first close-up images of Jupiter. The Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 missions captured stunning images of Jupiter as they passed by. In 1995, NASA's Galileo mission was the first to orbit Jupiter. This mission sent detailed information about Jupiter and its moons. Currently, the Juno mission is orbiting Jupiter, reaching Jupiter in 2016, and since then, it has been studying the planet's atmosphere, magnetic field, and other planets. Studying its internal structure, let's now learn about Saturn, the most beautiful planet in the solar system. It lies approximately 1.4 billion kilometers from the Sun and is the 2nd largest planet in the solar system. Its diameter is around 120,000 kilometers. Like Jupiter, it is also a gas giant planet whose atmosphere is composed primarily of hydrogen and helium. Its atmosphere contains 96% hydrogen and 3% helium. The remaining 1% consists of methane, ammonia, water vapor, and other gases. Saturn rotates very rapidly on its axis, resulting in a day lasting only 10 hours and 33 minutes. Due to this rapid rotation, various currents and cloud belts can be seen in its atmosphere. The speed and direction of these belts vary due to the gases and energy fields present in Saturn's atmosphere, which also causes storms and winds in the planet's upper atmosphere. However, while revolving around the Sun, it takes 29.4 Earth years, meaning 1 year here is equivalent to 29.4 Earth years. Saturn's most fascinating feature is its ring system, which is composed primarily of ice particles and dust. They range in size from dust particles to small rocks. These rings are divided into 7 groups, called the A, B, C, D, E, and G rings. Their width can range from a few thousand kilometers to millions of kilometers, but they are very thin, measuring only 10 to 30 meters thick. Scientists believe that Saturn's rings may have been formed from fragments of broken moons or asteroids that were scattered by the planet's gravitational pull. These rings are found in a region around Saturn where gravity is so strong that smaller fragments cannot come together to form a solid moon. Saturn has more than 14 moons, of which Titan is the most famous and largest. It is the second largest moon in the solar system, with a diameter of approximately 5,150 kilometers km. Rivers, lakes, and oceans are found on its surface, but these are not made of water, but of methane and ethane. Its atmosphere is very dense, composed mostly of nitrogen. It is very similar to Earth's atmosphere, but breathing is impossible because oxygen is absent. It is believed that diamond rain could occur on Titan, but this has not been fully proven. According to scientists, carbon could accumulate in Titan's atmosphere due to a mixture of electricity and gases. Atoms of this carbon could gradually transform into graphite and then diamond. These diamonds could fall as rain in Titan's atmosphere, which is called diamond rain. Many space missions have played an important role in studying Saturn, the most famous of which is the Cassini-Hughes mission, launched by NASA in 1997. Cassini-Hughes entered Saturn's orbit in 2004 and studied the planet and its moons for 13 years. Uranus is the seventh planet in the solar system. It is located approximately 2.87 billion kilometers from the Sun. It is also a gas giant planet, 4 times larger than Earth, with a diameter of 5,724 kilometers. Uranus was discovered in the Sunday. This was the first time a planet was discovered using a telescope. Its discovery marked a new chapter in astronomy because it is one of those planets that cannot be seen with the naked eye. Uranus's axis is tilted by approximately 98 degrees, which makes it different from all the other planets in the solar system. This means that Uranus rotates in its orbit as if it were lying down. This tilt may have been caused by the collision of an ancient large object with Uranus, which tilted it in this way. An amazing consequence of this tilt is that Uranus's poles receive direct sunlight for 42 years and complete darkness for the next 42 years. 1 year on Uranus is equivalent to approximately 84 Earth years. The atmosphere is extremely cold and harsh, making it the coldest planet in the solar system. And temperatures can drop to negative 224 degrees Celsius. The planet's atmosphere is composed of hydrogen and helium, but the presence of methane gas gives it a light blue color. Methane absorbs red and yellow rays from the planet's upper layers and reflects blue and green rays, giving the planet a light blue appearance. Uranus's atmosphere experiences strong winds, which can reach speeds of up to 900 kilometers per hour. Furthermore, icy particles are found in its clouds, making this planet even more mysterious. It is composed primarily of ice and rock, making it what scientists call an ice giant, which is quite different from gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn. Its internal structure consists of water, ammonia, and methane ice. Its core is relatively small, while a thick icy layer above it is the main reason for its coldness. Like Saturn, Uranus also has rings. It has rings, although these rings are not very bright. It has a total of 13 thin rings that are thin and dark. These rings were first seen in 1987. Uranus's rings are very thin and less bright, which is why they are very difficult to see. Another interesting thing about this planet is that it rains diamonds, not water. This happens when methane gas in its atmosphere is subjected to extreme pressure and heat, breaking down into carbon. These carbon particles fuse together, turning into solids and gradually forming diamonds. Then, in Uranus's deep atmosphere, this carbon cools and falls down in the form of diamonds, a phenomenon known as diamond rain. Uranus currently has 27 giant satellites, of which Miranda is the largest. Miranda's surface is marked by extremely deep valleys, hills, and fissures, making it one of Uranus's most interesting moons. Only one space mission has ever flown near Uranus, named Voyager 2. It flew by the planet in 1986 and collected a wealth of important information about the planet. This mission provided remarkable information about Uranus's atmosphere, its rings, and its moons. The information sent by Voyager 2 has greatly helped scientists understand Uranus's environment, but no other spacecraft has visited this planet since. Neptune is the 8th and most distant planet in the solar system. This planet has always been a center of fascination for scientists and astronomers due to its blue color, strong winds, and mysterious atmosphere. Its discovery was a unique event in the history of astronomy, as it was the first planet discovered not directly with a telescope, but based on calculations. In 1846, when astronomers noticed that Uranus's motion was unusual, they speculated that the gravitational force of another planet might be behind it. Then, on the 23rd of September 1946, German astronomer Johann Gottfried Galle observed the planet in its intended position and was credited with the discovery of Neptune. It is approximately 4.5 billion kilometers from the Sun and takes 165 years to orbit the Sun, meaning 1 year is equivalent to 165 Earth years, while Neptune completes one rotation on its axis, approximately every 100 minutes. It completes one full moon in 16 hours, meaning 1 day is equivalent to 16 Earth hours. It is the 4th largest planet in our solar system, with a diameter of approximately 4,244 kilometers, which is nearly 4 times the size of Earth. It is also a gas giant, with its interior composed primarily of ices like hydrogen, helium, and water. Its atmosphere is extremely interesting and mysterious, composed of hydrogen, helium, and methane. The presence of methane gas is what gives Neptune its blue color. Its atmosphere is extremely cold, and the average temperature can reach negative 214 degrees Celsius. The planet boasts the strongest winds, reaching speeds of up to 2,100 kilometers per hour. Numerous storms have also been observed here, including the famous Great Dark Spot, discovered by Voyager 2 inches 1,989. This storm was the size of Earth, but later disappeared. Scientists have recently discovered other similar storms, proving that Neptune's atmosphere is quite dynamic. Neptune also has rings, although they are not as clear and bright as Saturn's rings. These rings are thin and hazy, made up of tiny particles of dust and ice. It has a total of 5 main rings, which were discovered in the 1960s. The structure of its rings remains a mystery to scientists. Neptune's rings are unevenly distributed. In some areas, they are thicker, while in others, the rings appear very thin. It has 14 moons, the largest and most important of which, Titanus, was discovered by British astronomer William Lassell shortly after Neptune's discovery in 1846. It is the only large moon that orbits in the opposite direction to its planet. Triton is believed to have originally come from the Kuiper Belt and was captured in orbit by Neptune's gravitational force. Triton's surface is covered with ice, and fountains of solid nitrogen have been observed here. Explodes periodically. So far, only one spacecraft has reached this planet, NASA's Voyager 2 mission, which passed near Neptune in 1989 and observed its atmosphere, moons, and stars. This mission was successful in providing us with a lot of new information about Neptune. Scientists plan to send more missions to this planet in the future to learn more about it. Now, meet Pluto, which was once the 9th planet in the solar system. But in 2006, the International Astronomical Union removed Pluto from the category of planet and placed it in the category of dwarf planet. This change occurred because Pluto is neither positioned in its orbit like other planets, nor does it have enough mass to clear the surrounding objects in its orbit. It was discovered on the 18th of February 1930 by American astronomer Clyde Tombaugh. Before this discovery, scientists believed that Neptune and Uranus had orbits in the same direction. There were some gravitational disturbances indicating the presence of an unknown planet. Then Clyde Tombaugh discovered this icy planet after several months of hard work at the Lowell Observatory in Arizona. Pluto's orbit is very unique. It is not only elliptical, but also highly inclined compared to other planets. Its orbit extends from 4.4 billion kilometers to 7.4 billion kilometers from the Sun. It completes one revolution around the Sun in about 248 Earth years. Another interesting thing is that Pluto, a portion of Pluto's orbit, lies within Neptune's orbit, but the two planets never collide because their orbits keep them far apart. Pluto's atmosphere is extremely thin and unstable, composed primarily of nitrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide. When Pluto approaches the Sun, some of its surface heats up and turns into gases, forming part of the atmosphere. However, when Pluto moves away from the Sun, this same atmosphere freezes and refreezes into ice. This unstable atmosphere of Pluto distinguishes it from other dwarf planets. Pluto's surface is very diverse. In 2015, NASA's New Horizons mission sent stunning images of Pluto's surface. These images revealed huge ice cliffs, frozen nitrogen lakes, and mountains. A heart-shaped region was also observed on Pluto's surface, known as the Spook Planet. This vast ice region symbolizes Pluto's history and its complex science. Its average surface temperature is approximately 229 degrees Celsius, making it one of the coldest places in the solar system. Pluto's diameter is approximately 2,376 kilometers, which is about 2/3 the size of our moon. Its mass is about 1/6 that of Earth's moon. Despite its small size, Pluto is very important because of its unique properties. It has 5 satellites discovered so far, of which Charon is the largest, discovered in 1978. Its diameter is approximately 1,207 kilometers, which is half the size of Pluto. The gravitational bond between Pluto and Charon is so strong that they orbit each other in synchronous motion. They behave like a binary system in which both revolve around each other. The remaining 4 moons are named Nix, Styx, and Kerberos. Although it has been removed from the list of planets, this celestial body still plays an important role in understanding the evolution of the solar system and the structure of planets. Its activity helps us understand how smaller planets evolve into larger ones. So that was it, a brief overview of the solar system and all its planets. I hope you now understand the solar system. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos.